Hello everyone, and now let's move on into game number 4 in this series. I am Crota, giving you this cast between Focus and Lucifer. Lucifer spawning as the gray undead on the bottom right hand side of the map. And I believe this is actually the first time Lucifer actually gets to choose a map here, so we'll see what he does in terms of his strategies. Meanwhile, Focus is on the top left hand side of the map. And this is game number 4 in this series. So far, Lucifer taking a 2-1 lead. Now, Blade Master going to be coming out here in just a moment. Meanwhile, a slight no delay on the Death Knight this time around. It looks as though we may be going into ghouls. All right, ghouls first, and we'll see what exactly is going to be happening here. Death Knight is going to pick up a Rod of Necromancy, Dust of Appearance, now make his way off to the north, and he is not going to have Crypt Fiends to support him for quite some time. This will open things up to allow him to tech a little bit faster, since it does not require nearly as much lumber, as we do see another ziggurat being placed down to finish off the wall off and protect those acolytes. Meanwhile, the Death Knight, already making its way all the way across the map, is going to take one of these corpses on the ground and turn them into some skeletal minions here. As you can see, there is one acolyte who I believe was just ensnared right there. All right, a little bit of damage being absorbed there by the Voodoo Lounge. One straight shot by the Death Knight, essentially 0 armor type. I'm taking, 28 points of damage, which is right in line with how much it should have taken. All right, Dust of Appearance, Death Knight now making its rounds. Gonna go do a little bit of chasing right there, as that one particular Blade Master is still running around in circles, not making it very, very easy for that Death Knight. Skeletal minions actually aggro onto the creeps, as the creeps, take down one of the skeletal minions, and the Death Knight, a little bit confused after running around in a circle to end up where he started at without really any idea of where that Blade Master is. Blade Master now running back down over here to the bottom right. We can see a tech to tier 2 already underway, slightly behind the Orc, as the Blade Master looking to take down the Cobalt Geomancer and pick up another useful item. It is going to be a Tome of Agility. Tome of Agility plus 1 additional attack, a little bit more armor, I believe, as we're looking at this Null Brute about to get taken down here in just a second. All right, let's take a look at this. Death Knight finishes off a skeletal minion right there. Could easily change it, or sorry, a sheep turns it into skeletal minions right there, as the grunts are now making their way back down here. What is going to be happening next? Blade Master over here to the top right. Death Knight, Crypt Fiends, skeletal minions now going to be doing a little bit of tanking, as the grunts are now bringing up the rear, and that is just going to cause some more problems. Lucifer currently being forced to constantly respond to what the antics of Focus is. Meanwhile, back in the center portion of the map, a solo acolyte still wandering around, hoping to perhaps, but is he going to go ahead and aggro onto the creeps? Yes, he is going to aggro onto the creeps. He does get taken down. Blade Master was surrounded, will be able to windwalk to get out of a bad situation if necessary, as the Death Knight now looks to back off here again. All right, Blade Master, 1 Circlet of Nobility, healing back up with those healing salves. Grunts doing a little bit of a flank here, could perhaps catch some of these Crypt Fiends out of position, as the Death Knight still does not have Unholy Aura. Without Unholy Aura, the Grunts have an easier time keeping pace with those Crypt Fiends, as we now see more attacks getting underway here. Crypt Fiend taking a fair bit of damage, may end up getting Death Coil to get healed back up, as the Death Knight, now sitting at level 1, will be very, very close to level 2 after that level 5 creep gets taken down. All right, most likely that Death Knight will get up to level 2 here in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is looking to get to level 3, picks up, I can't tell what that is. It is getting currently sat on, but it is going to be a Wand of the Wind. I'm sure he was looking for a Potion of Greater Healing, or perhaps a Potion of Invulnerability. Instead, getting Wand of the Wind, which is a still relatively useful item if you can neutralize that Death Knight even for a little while. Death Knight now off to the north, going after this Forest Troll Warlord. Grunts are making their way off to the north here as well. Crypt Fiends are looking to engage, deal some damage back deal some damage here as the Death Knight ends up picking up an Ankh of Reincarnation. That is most likely going to be sold. It is not very useful. Blade Master off over here. Is he going to get ignored? Yes, he is going to be completely ignored as the Shadow Hunter is going to be catching up here in just a moment. All right, there is, oh, Wand of the Wind. Beautiful Wand of the Wind. Is it going to be in time? Frost Armor onto the Crypt Fiend. Death Coil saves it as the Blade Master unable to finish off that one Crypt Fiend, even though he did neutralize that Death Knight momentarily. Ogre Warrior looking to get taken out. Ogre Magi going to fall next for Stroll Trapper. This is not going to level up any of the remaining heroes. Meanwhile, Shadow Hunter and Blade Master, well, Blade Master has a chance of getting to level 3, but it is going to be a far chance, I believe. Yeah, going to be a little bit too far away, even after the 2 gnolls get taken down because of the presence of that Shadow Hunter taking some of that experience away. It is just going to be about 19, well, exactly 19 experience. Well, nope. Never mind, the Gnoll Overseer must have been hexed. I did not see him. Talisman of Evasion now going to be picked up and perhaps given or sold back. All right, Blade Master ready to go. He is going to be trying to engage. There is some Obsidian statues now being trained. Focus is looking to perhaps creepjack his opponent. Death Knight does not have any... no, he does have Dust of Appearance as he now is getting in some extra damage there. All right, this is going to be causing a bit of a problem. Let's see. More attacks coming in. Perhaps we're going to see one Crypt Fiend getting taken down. Yes, oh, beautiful. Follow up the Hex with a Cyclone to make sure that the Death Knight cannot Death Coil. All right, that is going to be a big deal indeed as, wow, the Death Knight escapes at 20 hit points. Lucifer dodging a bit of a bullet there as we now see Focus taking a little bit of an experience lead as that Shadow Hunter does get to level 2. All right. Lich still sitting at level 1, does have Claws of Attack +6 and an Orb of Corruption. Very much of a damage bonus there.
A player's forces are under
Meanwhile, back across on the other side of the map, a quick purge there. Was that some sort of illusion unit? Not quite. Oh yeah, it must have been a Wand of Illusion unit for him to actually disappear off of a purge. Blade Master now healing back up, and also using that Clarity Potion, getting in a bit more mana. Death Knight still in a little bit of trouble here, needs to recover, does have double Obsidian statues, which is going to be extremely helpful in those upcoming fights. Gnoll Overseer now taken down. Forest Troll Berserker number 1 and number 2 going to get taken down here, finally getting the Lich to 2 and the Death Knight to 3. A very big level for the Undead army, as we are now looking at perhaps Frost Nova or even Dark Ritual. My guess would be Frost Nova at this point, as you want to punish any sort of fleeing unit. As we now take a look here, Lich is going to be going after this Gnoll Overseer. Is the Death Knight going to perhaps finish it off? Death Knight looking to finish it off, and it does finish it off. Gets that last bit of experience. Meanwhile, who picked up the item? Looks as though the Lich was able to pick up that Gloves of Haste. Back over here on the bottom left-hand side, Shadow Hunter is at level 3 as well. So we have a 3-3 compared to, I believe, a 3-2. A big advantage there, as the Death Knight now needs to save this Obsidian statue. We saw a big purge onto that Destroyer, preventing that Destroyer from being able to easily get away. Death Coil heals it back up at least 400 hit points now, as the Death Knight now looking to get to level 4 and eventually level 5. All right, here comes the engagement. Shadow Hunter selling an item, not quite sure what he sold. Blade Master looks like he is pretty much ready and ready to go. Death Knight now looking to finish up the rest of this creep camp here. Death Knight still sitting at 3. Dark Ranger sitting at 1. And Lich is sitting at 2. All right, 3-2-1 going up against a 3-3. And the longer the game goes, the better I believe it will be for the Undead, as more heroes, and as you get level 3 and level 5 heroes, it does really impact the remainder of the game. All right. Death Knight coming around the corner. Blade Master is right there. More units now pulling back off over here. Let's take a look what's going to be happening next. Blade Master still wandering around here. Destroyers or excuse me, 1 destroyer, 2 obsidian statues just wandering around here, and it looks as though Lucifer doesn't have a clear strategy or plan as of yet. He is perhaps looking for where his opponent is so that he can have a favorable matchup, and this is one of the situations where Lucifer is correctly not pulling the trigger prematurely. He doesn't want to engage unless he knows he has a clear-cut advantage. That is a mistake that he made in the previous game, and ending up losing a single battle, and then eventually that, well, the entire game itself. Shadowhunter seen at level 3. Here comes the engagement. Blade Master, nope. What was that? A silence across multiple units. Raider able to stay alive. Destroyers are still overhead. We are still seeing a big engagement here. Raiders ensnaring down those destroyers, but there are 3 destroyers in the air. Death Knight using a potion of healing to try and stay alive. Still has a Scroll of Town portal in order to get away. Are we going to perhaps see some sort of something? No. All the units are now just getting absolutely taken down. There goes a Scroll of Town portal, as the Blade Master and the Shadowhunter definitely won out on that fight. Blade Master now going after a Red Drake. Should be able to finish this pretty easily. You can see that damage being dealt there. That Red Drake is currently purged. Item is a Robe of Magi +6, which is absolutely necessary for the Shadowhunter. Intelligence is, well, it looks like, even though the Shadowhunter's primary attribute is intelligence or agility, has more intelligence, even base intelligence at this point, before you even add in the +6 from the Robe of Magi. Death Knight, Dark Ranger, Lich now making its way across over here. Blade Master looking to finish things up. It looks like he is going to be just shy of level 4 going into the next major fight here. Blade Master, Shadowhunter all ready to go, and we may see a very, very strong engagement here in just a moment. Meanwhile, back outside here, Destroyers. Well, Destroyers attacking their own Black Citadel, not quite sure why. The Orc army just sitting back over here, and at some point I do expect Lucifer to try and push inside that Orc base. He does have 60 over 60 compared to his opponent's 50 over 60. There is a significant gold advantage, as we also look at the gold in the bank is about the same. Blade Master now heading over here to the top left. Orb of Lightning. If it can get one more level, that level would absolutely be huge, as it would be able to proc more critical strikes right now. Blade Master wandering straight up inside here, does not want to engage just quite yet. We also see no Ziggurats with Cold Tower, only the Black Citadel itself, as the Blade Master is still wandering around. Does he have enough experience or enough mana to really get out of a very bad situation? He is at 167, as the Blade Master could be taking some damage here in just a moment. Let's take a look at that. Windwalk comes to an end, as we do see some attacks now coming in. All right. Blade Master now looking to run all the way back here. Nope, only running to the store. Destroyers, Death Knight, Crypt Fiends, Obsidian Statues, Lich, Skeletal Minions, now all joining in on the fight. We are currently at 60 over 70 supply compared to 56 over 70. Kobold now getting taken down. In addition to the Death Knight bringing over a Sacrificial Skull, I do not see any Acolytes, so it may just be for straight up extra healing when you're on Blight. All right, Undead now take to the skies here. Are they going to be able to put pressure? That does seem to be the million-dollar question so far, as it looks like Lucifer is repeating what he did in game number 1, except this time without the Ninja expansion, and it looks as though he's just going to straight up engage here. All right, huge damage being dealt across the board. So much being dealt, as it looks like another Wind Rider will get taken down. Forest Troll Berserker. Are we going to see a Destroyer end up falling? I thought we were, but it ends up sticking alive as the Shadowhunter falls at level 4. Lich ends up finding a way to stay alive ever so barely. Blade Master now coming in for an engagement. All right, Devour Magic here, as you see what the Crypt Fiend trying to hide back once more. Blade Master still trying to fight back the swarm, but I think that will pretty much be it. Blade Master, well, no, does get a Crypt Fiend kill, and now all the units are backing off here. All right, Blade Master is in a little bit of trouble, leveling up, I believe, on the Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger or the Lich. Let's see. No, it is gotta be the Dark Ranger. Yeah, Dark Ranger now sitting at level 3, looking to finish off a Kodo Beast, and that Kodo Beast is gonna be an 8-point swing as it does get a Crypt Fiend back. All right. Continuing that engagement, Blade Master unable to get away from that Death Knight as Lucifer takes this series 3-1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this series, and stay tuned next week where I'll give you more WarCraft reaction.